Alright, what's going on, you fam? Raiyuden here. The Legends Twitter just released the social media teaser for the new Ultra. We got the teaser like a week ago, and it's pretty much a given that it's Ultra Cell. Let's see what this guy looks like. Imagine that as your Ultra intro. Immediate immobilizer feint. Ooh. That is kind of fire. Oh, so that's his intro. Okay, good. He doesn't shoot anybody. Last cover change. Melee blue. Projectile green? Blast nullifying alt. Oh, it's a tap action ultimate. That has to be a tap action. Hey, that looks pretty cool. Okay, well, we're gonna wait for the kit, and then we'll go ahead and see what we got. Lightning speed. They went ahead and posted up this guy's kit. I'm going to be honest with you, I am kind of nervous for this guy's kit, because for me, it sets the tone for the Ultra releases we're going to see for the remainder of the year. I want to think, the optimistic person in me wants to think that Beast Gohan's design is a reflection of them being a little bit more cautious when it comes to these characters, not some long comboing, obnoxious, you know, disastrous, nobody wants to fight character. I really hope that Cell falls in the category of he's a strong character, but he's not just so unbelievably overwhelming. Of course, your mileage may vary with Beast Gohan. I know some people don't like him as much as Majin Vegeta and, you know, whatnot. But for me, I think Majin Vegeta was a bad time for this game. I think that guy is just the epitome of all the things that aren't that great for this game. So fingers crossed Cell doesn't fall into that line, and he leans more towards a Beast Gohan than he does a Majin Vegeta. Let's see what he can do. With high level offense and defensive capabilities, Ultra Perfect Cell joins the fight. Strengths. Number 1, unique gauge that charges up then releases power. At battle start, the unique gauge will be a time type and rapidly charge up. When it reaches max, it will switch to release type and unfavorable element factors will be nullified. While its release type, draw speed will be increased and Cell's total boosted damage inflicted will reach a whopping 300%. What a crazy number. Is a release gauge new? I don't recall. That implies that this guy's going to fire off an attack. I don't think we've seen a release gauge, but okay, something new. Number 2, nullify enemy endurance effects at all times. This effect cannot be cancelled, so you'll have an easier time defeating characters with endurance effects. Wow, they gave Cell permanent endurance nullification that cannot be cancelled, like LF17 and 18. Wow, if Cell ends up being red, then man, he is the ultimate spooky guy for Majin Vegeta and the like then. Number 3, ultimate arts with a arts action. Yeah, there we go. We saw that. When the blue beam in the preview continued to grow, that was reflective of a tap action mechanic. It's cool to see it come back, but what about the other mechanics, Legends? Don't forget that you got a prep mode, you got a fusion mechanic, you got all this other stuff. Number 3, ultimate arts with an arts action. Tap rapidly after landing a hit to get a super boost to power. On a huge success, the damage will be greatly increased and your advantage will be restored by 100%. Unleash a solar Kamehameha at max power. Show the world the perfect power of Ultra Perfect Cell. Oh, he is red. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I'm not surprised. First of all, the last red Ultra wasn't it UVB? That was like 2 years ago. Number 1, not surprised on that front. And number 2, the current meta environment where we have very strong yellow characters that are just left alone for a little bit and then a super powerful counter comes out is something they've done time and time again. It just became super obvious that a red character is going to come out. We've seen way too many mono yellow, double yellow characters with Beast and Majin Vegeta, so I'm not surprised to see this whatsoever. Fingers crossed this guy provides the oppression to the crazy yellow characters that we see nowadays, just so that a little bit more team diversity comes out. All right. At 14 stars, 5% to ultimate and awaken damage inflicted by Android, and 42% to tag Android or powerful opponent base blast attack and defense. His ultra ability is the same, but the ultra power ability is for Android. Okay, I would have thought it'd be like powerful opponent or regen, but looks like he's focused primarily for Android characters. Strike arts. Strike arts have armor, so charge in without fear of enemy blast darts. Okay, good old strike armor on a blast character. Blast. While not an effect on blast... Oh my god. While not an effect on blast darts in general, Cell has a blast darts card with armor break. It's a held card, which means other characters can use it too. Oh my goodness. They gave armor break cards to another character. It's no longer just Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. Now it's on Cell. My, oh my. I agree. Blast armor needed some sort of counter because, in my opinion, far too many characters have blast armor now on their strikes and their ultimates and their blues and whatever that they do. But blast armor break is like a nuclear approach to it. I think it would have been better if they're a little bit more creative on the counter to it. That's crazy. 2 ultras have this mechanic, the super premium character. Yikes. Blue card, obscure your opponent's cards on hit, plus inflict extreme bleed. Massive pierce damage, 30% to blue card damage inflicted for 3 counts on activation. On hit, obscure all cards for 5 counts. 100% chance to inflict extreme bleed with blast armor when charging forward. Okay. Obscure is an annoying mechanic, alright. His green card, draw a card on activation and charge the unique gauge on hit. Switch the unique gauge to release type as fast as you can. Applies the following effects to self upon activation. Randomly get a card, 40 key, and minus 30% enemy sustained damage cut effects for 15 counts. That is crazy strong. The following effects occur on hit. Charge own unique gauge by 30%. Inflict enemy with attribute downgrade plus 20% to damage received and is chainable with everything. I notice his green card is not giving him cover null. Huh. But I think this is a projectile green like yellow Goku Blacks, like Rosé's. I don't think this is an AoE green. It doesn't tell you that it's a wide range AoE green card. So, you know, those are some of the things I was looking out for. All right, so far so good. Now what I'm looking for is Cell having a AoE green nullification somewhere. That would be fantastic. His ultimate has an arts action that powers up by tapping rapidly. If you get a huge success, super powerful effects will activate, greatly boosting damage inflicted, restoring the Vanish gauge by 100%, and more. Deals supreme impact damage. The following effects occur upon activation. 30% to ult damage inflicted, cannot be cancelled, no surprise. Inflict all enemies with no special cover changing for 15 counts. Wow, that is insane. Wow. Holy crap. I'm pretty sure this means that any character that had a unique gauge countering like type mechanic like Beast Gohan won't be able to stop this guy's ultimate. Holy crap. Wow. Cell truly is the ultimate snuffer of the powerful yellow ultras we're looking at right now. This guy is going to snuff out Maj Vegeta and Beast Gohan. No special cover changing? Holy crap. That's insane. Activates an arts action on hit. The following effects occur if the button is pressed enough times during the time limit. If you get a success, increase damage. Randomly draw at most 4 new cards when you have 3 or fewer. Huge success. Greatly increases damage. Randomly draws at most 4 new cards when you have 3 or fewer. And restores own Vanish gauge by 100%. Inflict all enemies with 3 subcounts while nullifying blast darts. Okay. Makes sense. Time to go into the kit. So, it doesn't look like he has an AoE green, which is great. I hope he has an AoE green nullifier. I hope he is not a level 2 card draw speed, draw a card, turns into a card demon. I don't want any of that. Yeah, let's go ahead and see what Cell does. Main ability, charge the unique gauge by 100%. That means it'll switch to release type plus nullify destroy card effects. Draw the ultimate arts cards, Solar Kamehameha, restore one health by 30% and ki by 50, charge unique gauge by 100%, nullify destroy card effects for 10 counts, cancel own attribute downgrades, cancel enemy attribute upgrades, 25 timer counts must elapse. Keep in mind he doesn't destroy a card for this. He's one of those characters that kind of pancake between, okay, I'm going to have you kill a card so you can draw it, or it's going to be you just draw it, so pray you don't have 4 cards in your hand. Unique ability 1. Cell can always nullify enemy endurance effects and will even nullify enemy special cover changes upon entering the battlefield. If Cell's health drops below 50% after being hit by an enemy's arts attack, you'll seal their strike and blast arts and put a stop to their combo. That's their way of stopping long combos now. You may have noticed, but a lot of characters have been coming out where 50% of their HP, if they fall below 50% HP, they either lose all their ki, all their cards, or a combination of both. But because characters with ki protection and destroy card nullification exist, they decided we're going to seal the strike and blast cards instead. I don't think there's something that can stop sealing at all, so that is interesting. They realize they release a lot of characters with protection, so they're just going to seal the damn cards instead. Wow. Alright, nullify endurance for free. Apply the following effects to self when the battle starts. 200% damage inflicted. Reduce damage received by 70%. Reduce impact pierce damage received by 15%. 50% to ki recovery. Level 1 card draw speed. Minus 10 to blast and special move arts cost. And gradually restore own health. That's fine. Plus the following effects to self when he shows up on the field. Randomly draw a card if you have 3 or fewer. He gets 25 ki. He gets 50% damage inflicted. 10 timer counts of cover nullification, and type neutral damage received for 5 counts. So he's at 250 now, 280 with the leader ability. Applies the following effects to self every time an arts card is drawn while this character is on the battlefield. Restores health by 3% and ki by 10. 15% to damage inflicted for 10 counts. No surprise, his ultimate is going to draw him 4 cards because of this. Wow, okay. He's like a green Goku Black, or even a Tamagami number 3, but he doesn't restore Vanish. The following effects occur every time when hit with an enemy's arts attack while he's on the field. Shorten ally subcount by 2 activates once, so kind of like Beast Gohan, but Beast Gohan does this twice. Activation count resets after character switch. Reduce enemy ki by 10, activates twice. Alright, a little bit of disrupt, fine. Following effects occur if his health is 50% or below. Restore health by 30%. Seal enemy strike and blast arts, and they cannot be used for 3 counts. This is good. 3 counts is good because that's enough to stop the combo, but not enough for the opponent to be like, oh my goodness, I can't even retaliate properly. I can't, actually, no, you know what? No, this might be too annoying. Never mind. Because I immediately thought of Blue Kaioken Goku, and he has 2 timer count, strike lock-in, and that is enough for you to retaliate. Never mind. 3 timer counts. This is going to stink. Unique ability 2. Has a special cover change against blast arts attacks. Cell also has an endurance effect that when it activates will seal your opponent's special move and special arts cards. Prevent them from playing their trump cards. The unique gauge charges over time. When it reaches max, it will switch to release type. While release type, Cell's total boost to damage inflicted will reach 300%. Alright, so blast cover change, chainable with the blue. The following effects occur when his health reaches 0. Restores health by 40%. Type neutral damage received for 5 counts. Seal the enemy blue and green cards. The green cards cannot be used. Greens and blues cannot be used for 10 timer counts, and reduce enemy Dragon Balls by 2. So kind of like Ultra Majin Vegeta. Ultra Majin Vegeta does the exact same thing, but I think he kills Dragon Balls, kills all your strike cards, and I think he reduces your ki and seals main abilities. So this is similar. He's got a sealing. He's got a Dragon Ball destruction. He's got an endurance effect. Fun. I'm being sarcastic. The following effects occur when an enemy activates a special move, Ultimate Arts, Awakened Arts, or Rising Rush while this character is on the field. Restore health by 15%. Inflict the enemy with the attribute downgrade minus 30% to blue card, Ultimate, and Awakened Arts power, and take away their buff effects. Wow. Androids just got such a significant boost because you got 2 characters that can do this now. You're looking at MVP 17 and Ultra Cell being able to do so much sustainability. That's kind of scary. If the unique gauge is time type, unique gauge will be time type when the battle starts. Rapidly charges the unique gauge while he's on the field. Once the unique gauge is full, it'll switch from time type to release type. He'll randomly draw one new card when he has 3 or fewer, restores his health by 15% and ki by 30, nullifies attribute downgrades that are null conditions for 20 counts, so you can now go on the offense, not worrying about Beast Gohan increasing costs, transforming Vegeta Blue, and the like. He goes type neutral as well, and cancels attribute downgrades. So no longer can Cell have his cost go up, it looks like. Interesting. If unique gauge is release type, owned unique gauge gradually decreases while he's on the field. The unique gauge will not charge while it's release type. Plus the following effects to self when own unique gauge reaches 0. Another 50% damage inflicted, 20% to blue card damage, level 2 card draw speed, 30% to the health restore, and switches own unique gauge from release type to time type. Okay, that's fascinating. A time type unique gauge that switches to release type and then goes back to time type. It's kind of like the rev meter in a car, your RPMs. It's, so you rapidly go up to 7,000. You're revving up. Cell is at his absolute maximum. He's just going out on a burst, and then it'll go down. You'll rev down. Boom, 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 boom. It's like you're going back to idle. You're now going under 2,000 because nobody drives when their RPMs are over 2,000. It's the same thing here. It's one of those. That's an interesting design. The question becomes, how long does it take for the time type unique gauge to fill to the release type? And then how long does it take for the release type gauge to decrease? They say gradually. Gradually is the same description used for hits unique gauge, which means I think it's like, goodness, like 30-something timer counts? So 30-something timer counts of Cell having all of these buffs? That's pretty good. He seems like a very strong character, just right out the gate. He can get up to level 2 card draw speed. He can get up to 300% damage inflicted while stacking damage, healing, and ki. He looks like a very strong character. He can remove buff effects. He has level 2, remove buff effects, 2 lives, sealing, disrupt. Thankfully, no AoE green. Thankfully, no, counter gauge. But that is not to say that Cell in his own ways will not be a toxic character. This is super strong. I mean, just permanent endurance nullification. We thought the reason why they never Zenkai'd Android 17 and 18 is because they thought this mechanic was too strong. You may notice 17 and 18, the 1% sparkings, required one another in order to get this effect. That just shows you how much value they place it for the developers, but they just decided to give it to an Ultra. So this is super oppressive. Super oppressive. Cell being able to get to level 2 card draw speed with the long combo potential and the ki restore, but more frighteningly, him now being at the release type gauge, I'm fairly certain said that he cannot have unique gauge will be time type. Sorry, so when he's a time type unique gauge, he's not going to have to deal with the increased arts cost and whatnot, but when he's now on the release type, you can. Yeah, I think he's going to be... this is really situational. It's hard to say. He does look like he may be another long combo, troublesome to deal with Ultra character. He kind of does sound like one of those, but it really boils down to how disruptive can you be while his unique gauge is a time type, and how oppressive is Cell when the unique gauge is a release type, and for how long. It really boils down to that, and these two things can only be tested while we're in game. But when Cell has the release type gauge, he is like... Unfortunately, he kind of looks like a steroid version of, any long combo Ultra character. Level 2 card draw speed, 300% damage inflicted. He's getting 10 ki, healing 3%, stacking up damage. I don't know, man. The fact that he's getting ki and damage every time he draws the damn cards, that's very spooky. I feel like he'll have a very, very, very long combo. And then his green card while he's comboing too with the release type gauge. Yeah, upon activation, 30% sustained damage cut effects. He looks super strong. He looks super strong. He looks like he'll probably be extremely annoying when he's at the release type gauge. It really boils down to how easy can you handle Cell before he gets to that point. But because they made it so that he seals strikes and blasts, removes buff effects, has healing and sustainability, and has a second life, it's going to be very tricky to kill this guy. It seems like Cell's enemy is himself. But then he also has armor break. So, yeah, he is without a doubt a top 3 character. And unfortunately, I don't think he's 3. So that'll be fun. I think Cell may be another very oppressive character to deal with. Sorry, guys, but I guess this just goes back to their design philosophy and how infrequently they buff specific tags. So when it comes time to power them up, they have to release a behemoth of a character to help the tag make up for it. It's like Super 17, right? GT saw nothing for quite a while, and then all of a sudden we're in the year of GT, which was 2 months in their book. And then they had to release a character like Super 17 to be an offensive powerhouse in order to help them catch up with the remainder of the game. I think Gresh did a fantastic video describing that with the little boxes. This is a character designed for androids. MVP 17's unique equip being easily one of the best in the game. And then this character being an absolute juggernaut is because androids haven't seen buffs in a long, long time. And here we are. So, yeah, best of luck on everyone's summons. Be sure to let me know in the comment section below how you feel about him. Just because he doesn't have an AoE green and a counter gauge doesn't necessarily mean that he's not going to be oppressive and frustrating to deal with. Everyone can be annoying in their own ways, but armor break alone on another Ultra. Good old legends. But until next time, guys, be on the lookout for the showcases. Be on the lookout for the Twitch. I will be streaming. And support the second channel so I don't have to fight characters like Cell, Majin Vegeta, Ultra Gohan, Instant Transmission Goku, and the like. But until then, peace.